What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, my name is Casey, and well, today I'm just kind of talking a little bit about Jeep parts or automotive parts in general, and then we're gonna hop in the Jeep and I'm going to head over to the shop. We're doing an install of some trail scales on a new JL of a friend of mine, and I'll show you guys that and we're gonna check it out. Let's talk about Jeep repairs and parts. It seems to be just a common, reoccurring question that I see on Facebook groups, on Instagram, like where do you buy parts from? Where do you buy parts to repair your vehicle, repair your Jeep? Where do you buy aftermarket parts? So I thought I'd talk about where I get my parts well, I'm always ordering parts. It seems like, as you can see here, yeah, it seems like there's always a box from either Rock Auto or Northridge 4x4 arriving at my door. Now, here in Canada, and I live in Victoria, British Columbia, it might be different for getting parts than it is for you. We have a couple parts stores here. One of the biggest frustrations that I see people talking about is you call them, they wanna know if you have an account, and there's a massive, massive variance in the price that you get for your parts depending on whether you have an account or not. And you can actually have a huge variance in how much the parts cost just depending on who you're talking to, whether they want to give you a deal. There's so much discretion by the counter folks over the price of the parts that they're selling you. I pretty much only use Rock Auto for ordering my parts. It's super easy. I don't have to go down to there. I don't have to get on the phone and spend 20 minutes explaining
that I have a 3.8 liter, that it's a 2008, that it's a Ford, or that it's a Rubicon. Like,
it seems like even for a simple basic part that I may even have a part number for, I have to go through this huge process of explaining everything about my Jeep. You want something basic like washer fluid and they want to know 18 million things about it that just doesn't matter. So I usually go on Rock Auto, I can select my vehicle and I can drill down and find the part. They have great pictures and images of the parts that I'm looking for. And even with their shipping costs, even expedited 3 to 4 days up here to Canada, it's usually about the same time as ordering it from a local parts store, and the prices are still lower with the shipping. So anyways, this is not a paid sponsorship or anything for Rock Auto, but they have every car part I've ever needed to find for repairing my Jeep, and I pretty much go to them first if I need something and it's there in a couple days. The other place that I order most of my parts from, aftermarket parts for modifying my Jeep, is a company that you may have heard of, Northridge 4x4. Here in Canada, they are based out of Alberta, which is one province over, and they can usually get a lot of the stuff that I need fairly quickly. If they don't have it in stock, it's usually available at a US location, and they're constantly doing transfers, setting up their parts. And so where do you guys buy your automotive parts? I know there are a lot more options down in the States for buying parts. Actually, when we were down in Oregon and I broke my power steering pump, I had a really good experience at the auto parts store. I think it was O'Neill's or something like that. And they were able to get me a power steering pump the next day, which was awesome because we're in a fairly small town, Florence in Oregon, and that was really great. I think it was O'Reilly's parts. But where do you guys shop for your parts? I know for me, Rock Auto is great. I've heard other people talk about it, but I wanted to just talk about my experiences where I order my parts from, especially people that follow this channel that are local in BC or on the island here. That is pretty much where I buy my parts. I have really good experience with Rock Auto. With that said, let's hop in the Jeep. We're gonna fly over to the shop where we do trail scales installs. If you guys are at all interested in seeing just what trail scales are, I have had some questions about why do you have this big thing called trail scales on the side of your Jeep? And that is a company that I have. I've talked a little bit about it maybe around a year ago. We basically print out armor vinyl that goes on Jeeps, and it's not just like automotive vinyl that you would do a wrap with. It's multiple layers. It's much more durable. It can stand up to the abuse of the trees and the branches and things that might hit the side of your Jeep and protect the paint. And people are always looking for a different way to modify and customize their rig. So we're doing a JL install. It's 5 minutes away over to the shop, and if you guys want to see what's going on over there, stay tuned and follow along with me today. All right, let's go. Looks like we got a bit of new body damage from the last time we were out wheeling. I am gonna try to go out wheeling next weekend, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel, follow along. Every few weeks I do take the Jeep out and do an off-road vlog, And it's not always just me talking about parts or modifying my rig or whatever else. But I do try to get out every 3 or 4 weeks. It is hard being so busy, but looks like last time we got a bit of a dent here on the window frame. Yeah, whatever. What can you do, right? Those parts I was just showing you that I got from Rock Auto, they're actually door actuators for both sides. I need to replace both my driver's side and the passenger side. It's the piece that goes in here. Now I think I have to take off the entire door panel to do that. This one works with the key fob, but it sticks a lot, and so it doesn't trigger the lights. As you can see, no lights on right now inside the Jeep. And so I want to replace that, because what happens is when I get out of the Jeep after turning it off, the stereo stays on even when I walk away from the Jeep. The other one is obviously the passenger side, and we want to replace that. You can maybe tell this lock right here is still locked. So when I unlock the doors for the Jeep, this one doesn't unlock. It's a real pain. And so it's, you know, kind of just annoying when we're out, even around town or on road trips. I'm always having to manually unlock that door. So I'm gonna put actuators in both sides. I think I probably will film the process just to show you guys exactly what you have to go through on the earlier generation JK with the non-updated interior. So I think it is a little bit easier because there's much less going on these door panels and much less that I have to pull off in order to do so. But that's what's in those 2 boxes from Rock Auto, and a spare wheel speed sensor that I owe one to Chris, who you see on the vlog all the time. He lent me one so I could get out off-roading the other weekend, and I go through those. I think lots of us go through speed sensors with the mud and debris and crap that gets in them. Stay tuned if you guys want to see just, you know, trail scales as I was talking about a minute ago. Yeah, mine are pretty beat up. I need to get a new design on my Jeep. I've been thinking, kind of getting old with the camo, and I'm kind of looking for ideas. If you guys have any ideas of what I should put on here, gonna get rid of the camo. I need a new set. I've had these on for over a year and just really beat them up a lot. They've held up really well, protecting the paint from the scratches underneath. But I think I'm just looking to change up the Jeep, the look a little bit. And don't forget, guys, smash that subscribe button if you want to see more off-road content, vlogs, parts reviews, install guides, and news, which I haven't had a lot of time to keep up with. That is a really time-consuming. You'd be surprised how many YouTube videos you have to watch in order to know what's going on with the off-road community. All right, we're gonna get going. I've talked enough. Let's head out. All right, we are here, guys. Check out Mike. That's Mike's Jeep. He's the owner of M2 Graphics and a partner in crime here with Trail Skills. We're just gonna drive around the back of the shop because that's usually where all the action is, and see if the JL is here that is getting a set of Trail Skills. And so we're just here. Corey's got his brand new JL here. We're about to throw Trail Skills on it. It is Sting Gray, and he's appropriately named it Sting Ray. And we're gonna protect that paint here shortly with a set of Trail Skills. So you can see the Trail Skills that go on wet, we just use glass cleaner behind them. And that allows the installer, whether it's you or whoever, to get them in exactly the right spot before going ahead and squeegeeing out the fluid behind. All right, so Corey's Jeep is in progress being installed. You can see we've got the door panels on so far. Looks pretty good. We haven't been doing them in clear though up till now, so this is a bit of a test with the material. Some of the problem we have with clear is just when we ship them, it's really hard to be 100% confident that nothing gets in behind the material and the backer material. So we're trying some here installed in our shop. I think they look pretty good. What do you guys think? Do you think that we should keep trying to do more clear or just stick to full patterns on them? But I really like the mountains along the bottom, repping the trailskills.com branding on there. right, what do you guys think of Corey's trail scales that we just finished up putting on there? Leave any comments below of what you think of them. I kind of like this design. We'll see how the clear works out. It's kind of a first for us since we initially tried it out over a year and a half ago. Next week we are going wheeling, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see my off-road vlogs. And with that, I'm out of here. Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Casey. There's crap all over my lens.